Hi, welcome back to Scundered with me, Teresa Livingstone, the podcast about embarrassing stories. I have two beautiful guests this week. One of them is an improviser, the queen of improv in Northern Ireland, I'd like to say. The other is a comedian. That sounds really like I'm going. And the other is a lady.
The other is, well, also here.
The best way. One of them has red hair, one of them has brown hair. Please welcome Janey Mac and Liz Byrne.
Hello.
Yay! What a terrible intro I just gave you both. I'm so sorry. You're so welcome. Thank you for coming.
To be here.
Thank you for having us.
And Janey, this is your first time here, obviously. Liz has been here before, so
I'm a baby Scundered.
you're a baby. But hopefully, I think we're the same age. We're around the same age. So you've had enough time to embarrass yourself over the years, surely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing all about it. Liz, have you embarrassed yourself since we last met?
Oh, multiple times. I mean, to be honest, it's amazing it's not a daily occurrence. And then there's the ones that I don't think other people necessarily feel embarrassed, but I go home and think about them and I'm embarrassed. You know yourself.
Oh, yes.
At 2 a.m, going, why did I say that?
Yeah. No, I do that less now than I used to, but I'm still it's still there. This is a very sort of recent occurrence for me. I was in a meeting recently that I wanted to get out of. And I was seriously considering ringing myself because I had two phones, right? And I was seriously considering
like drug dealers do.
of my burner for my affairs
Sure.
and my other one. And I was like, I'm going to ring myself and just get out of this meeting because nobody's ever done that before. Like it's so obvious,
Seamless.
right? So, and I was just like, I had reached the limit. I was like, I have to get out of this meeting. So I was about to do that. And then my phone actually did ring and I saw the number and didn't recognize it. And I was like, God, this is great timing. Somebody is actually ringing me. So I went, excuse me, everybody. And I went outside with this phone and I was like, hello. And nobody answered. And I was like, hello. And then realized it was me. I had rung myself. And I hadn't recognised my own number.
Wow.
And I was stood in the hall talking to no one. And then had to come back in. And I am not a good liar. I am not a good liar. And I came in and I went, hi, there's been an emergency.
Unspecified.
No details. There's been an emergency and I must go. And then spent like 10 minutes packing everything up. Is that my pen? Sorry, excuse me. That's my pen. Oh, it was excruciating. Every single person in the room was like, we all know exactly what you're doing.
They're all wishing though that they'd thought of it.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you see, you can't do it
Why
twice.
do we not
You
think
only have
of
one
there's been an emergency?
I bet somebody else was kind of thinking about doing it. I was like, God damn it, I can't do that.
Yeah,
And I was
there's
like,
got
there's
the
also,
emergency,
there's been another emergency.
Yeah.
A related emergency that's connected to that emergency. No.
But it's why you should always bring two phones to a meeting.
Well, this is
You
the
know?
lesson.
Yeah.
It does make it sound like flashy. One was a work phone, one was my phone. I don't carry around two phones. Hello?
Well, you don't quite know how to ring yourself. But
No.
But
I
you
got
did it.
confused. And I don't recognise my own phone number. That's the
Yes.
other
That's not good.
the weirdness. That was weird. But yes, so Janey, you are an improviser and you
Yes.
teach improv in Belfast as well.
Yes.
Where do you do that?
I teach at the Commons on the Ormer Road. So that is a lovely community space.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on there. There's like community dinner. There's
I
yoga,
had no
there's
idea about
choir.
this. Yeah.
There's going to be some really cool food stuff going on. I'm going to do a little plug.
Yeah.
I think it's June the 11th or 12th. It's the Thursday night through to the Sunday where they're going to launch sort of outside and around the Commons.
Yeah.
Lovely food stalls.
Cool.
And there's going to be a cage match comedy night on the Friday night. So you
Oh,
can
that
come and
sounds
get some
violent.
Nice. Yeah.
Cage match.
Yeah. Very competitive, very sweaty, really funny. So you get some nice, nice wraps, rolls, lovely Indian rolls, that sort of thing. And then
go watch some comedy. And so for people who don't know, this is the old Balnafie Methodist Church on the Ormer
Exactly,
Road.
yes.
Yeah. Because I live over in that area, that's a very familiar landmark. So when people, the first time I heard
Little humble brag there.
I mean, if you can afford to live in the Ormer Road, we know it, obviously. But whenever I've heard mention of the Commons, I'd no idea that was the same building, that was the same place. So it's been totally repurposed now and it's a community space.
And it's still the heart of being there for the people and being a place where people can go and find community. So there's a chatty cafe has launched there as well. So you can, if you just you just want to pop along and have a
Yeah.
cup of tea and chat to
Yeah.
people.
Oh, a chatty cafe.
A chatty cafe. I think it's the first in Northern Ireland. But yeah, it's like
So that's for if you're by yourself, for example, and you
Yeah.
want to go and sort of just chat to somebody. Literally, you can just go and yeah.
And sometimes I cycle down and just stop off because they have this tiny tuk-tuk outside and they have coffee and
Lovely.
there's benches and people just hang out and have a chat. So it's like getting to
Yeah.
know the local community.
Yeah.
And
Not that many places to just hang out anymore. Is
yeah,
there? Like,
and it's not, £10 for a coffee sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I think it's the accessibility. It's having like just being able to hang out somewhere, but also being able to afford to hang out somewhere.
Yes.
That's so
Yeah.
it's a really fun space, and I think it's really exciting what's happening there.
Yeah. And new things to come. Obviously, there'll be lots of new stuff starting.
Lots of new stuff. So the comedy night, that's once a month. So you can come along on a Friday night and watch some improv. There's going to be a dry bar there as well. That's coming. But there'll be more kind of live music. There'll be more
Yeah.
sort of that sort of thing. So yeah, it's about. I think sometimes whenever you're seeing all these like fancy coffee shops and things pop up, like those things are great in themselves, but some of the for local people, some of the accessibility to having a cup
Yes.
of tea and having a chat or singing in a choir or finding things that kind of are good for the soul.
Yes.
Or doing some improv, being silly, having some fun.
Yeah, the being silly is very
Being
important.
silly is so important.
I agree.
We don't laugh enough.
Just on the dry bar issue, you've just reminded me that I have some drinks here. If anybody would like, provided by the Sober Irish, we have 0% Sauvignon Blanc sparkling, which is fritzy, and this is a white wine. So if anybody would like some, I'm going to have some.
I would
if you would like
definitely
some.
have some.
try
Yes,
some.
Which
please.
one would you like?
I like this one because she's looking like she's having the best time ever, but with a
I think
dog.
she's doing improv. She's doing improv with a dog.
She's doing improv with a dog.
I would love some. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, Jenny,
Jenny?
what can I get you?
Hit me.
Same one.
Yeah.
Excellent. There we go.
Gorgeous.
Thank
you
Oh no.
so much.
The first time I poured this on this podcast, we did a cheers and I smashed the glass. So
We'll do,
all
we'll do a
feeds in
gentle
to the-
air toast.
It's all
with
part of
no-
the brand,
no-
isn't
it
it?
is part of the brand. Cheers.
Cheers.
No touching, not touching. This used to remind me, every Christmas, my mum has these really fancy glasses that she will not let anybody drink out of unless it's a very special occasion. Like if somebody's getting married, she'll bring out these glasses, but you're not allowed to cheers them with anybody. So for years we'd have like grannies and all that round going like, Merry Christmas, don't touch, no touching. And that has, been the mantra for my adult life. No touching.
I always think about all the stuff that my mum's generation like had in the good room.
The good stuff.
Uh-huh.
The front room,
Yeah.
whatever. And we're a big family, but we're all there's like 4 girls in one bedroom and stuff. But there's a whole room that's just like
The good stuff.
Untouched.
for when like the priest comes to visit or something,
Yes.
like, and then the good china comes out. You think about space.
I know.
and how we didn't have a lot, but that was a very cherished sort of room, and all the nice,
Yes.
piano and where we had to polish all the silver.
I am
Oh,
just such a clumsy person. The idea of me having stuff like that in my house and with a Labrador as well, that notion has gone now.
Yeah.
And my mum is constantly asking us if we would like this china set or, they say, and I'm like, first of all, I don't know where to put it.
Yeah.
And I will find it and break it at some point. So yeah, no,
My
I
late
can't.
father, God love him, had an amazing knack of, he'd be in the kitchen doing the dishes and you'd hear something smash. And it was never just like a normal mug or normal plate. It was always like the antique glass that Auntie Nellie had given to Mum. And there was only one of them in the world. And of course, that's what got broken.
Yeah.
And then I think they had the same argument about 9 million times. It was like, why did it have to be that one? And he goes, it's only a glass. And all this going, like, Dad, why did it have to be that one? Maybe after the 30th or 40th time, just don't touch it.
Just stop.
yeah, you can't
just
have
put it
nice
away.
things.
He's
Yes,
just trying to get
don't-
out of
just
doing the
don't.
dishes. He's like, I can't be
I
trusted.
wish.
I'll
Yeah.
just sit down and watch TV.
What do they call that? Learned incompetence?
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So in terms of embarrassing yourself, that you see,
Another
we were
little
just
sip
talking
here. Let's
about
see if I
him.
can suck any
We were-
alcohol out of it.
we were talking about improv just before we started recording as well, because you've done some improv and
Did,
loved
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Janey is an expert teacher, etc. And part of that is you need to be comfortable with being silly, don't you? And just putting yourself
Absolutely.
in, being kind of
Yes.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
So, but do you think being easily embarrassed would sort of stop you from doing improv or from wanting to do improv, or why should people do it?
I think for me, it was almost like it gave it a place to go because
Yeah.
so I embarrass myself all the time, and it actually did. There's something like as the kids would say, healing.
Yeah.
About kind of just giving into that almost and being
Yeah.
like, well, let's just say a scene does go badly wrong and it isn't funny and it doesn't work and everyone's doing different things, and at the end of it all, you kind of go, oh well, nobody dies.
Yeah.
Nobody dies at the end of it, and it's kind of important to learn that, I think, especially then for comedy. It's just like we've all
Yes.
had the bad set
Yes.
or the joke that we think is brilliant and has worked the previous 8 times, and then all of a sudden it really doesn't work, and you do feel for a second like your survival is on the
freeing.
line. And then you're like, oh no, it's just me on a stage with a microphone and I can go away and then tomorrow no one will care.
Yes.
It's okay. You know?
The thing I loved about doing improv was realizing, like, well, first of all, there are no mistakes. So if you go to say something and it comes out incorrectly or differently, it's not wrong. Whatever you said is right. But that's normally where we would find the funniest things. So if I meant to say, can I get you a glass? And I said, can I get you a shovel or whatever, then the scene's going in a totally different direction now. But I love that because as you can tell from me speaking right now, I find it hard to get my words out sometimes. I'm a little bit stumbly. But how did you get into improv, Janey?
Well, I took a stand-up class first of all, and then and that was like doing something that I want to do, something that scares me.
Yes.
And I think that's pretty scary to do, I've found. And so I did a stand-up class, and then I said, right, I've done a stand-up class. I'm going to do 20 open mic nights.
Oh,
So I was
wow.
in London and I was doing the open mic nights and ticking them off my list. And somebody said to me, the guy that taught the class was like, you should think about giving improv a go because that's quite good, helpful for all that you're saying, which is getting up there and getting it wrong and it being okay and being more relaxed on stage. So I took an improv class and then I was like,
Oh, this is way better.
this is way better, yeah. It felt more in my groove. So I think some people I see do stand up and I think, wow, you're like really in your groove.
Yeah.
And whereas I do it, I feel like I'm working hard.
Yes.
And sometimes it's, it's okay.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing improv, I feel like, oh, I'm just being myself in a way, or I'm getting to be how I am generally. And
you're in a group usually as well, and there is that feeling of looking after each other, which was my favourite bit of improv.
There's great
Leave
community.
no man hanging. Of
Yes.
if someone is really clearly flailing or finding it difficult,
Yeah.
you jump in and you make a virtue of that, and you're all in it together. And
Yes.
I loved that part.
Totally.
Funny, when we got married, not you and I, Fraser.
Knife to the heart.
When I know
If
we're
only.
not getting married, Liz. Sorry, but
I keep asking.
because Fraser and I met through improv. When we got married, we had one of our readings was about improv because it applied to a relationship. And it was about looking after your partner in a scene. But that if that's what you have to worry about, and if you're worrying too much about what you're saying and doing in a scene, it's not really going to work. But if you're just making sure that the other person is okay and giving them or accepting everything they're saying, then it really works. And actually it transfers into relationships as well.
100%.
So it's really yeah. And then I stopped doing improv. I haven't done it in a while.
I need to pull you back.
I've trapped him now.
Yes, I'm like, I got him now. Yeah. I'm not an improviser at all.
But Fraser's teaching classes, isn't he? At
Yes,
Crescent
Crescent
and,
Arts.
we had some of the class come along to the comedy night.
Oh yes, at the
recently.
Commons.
Yeah. It's great when you see people discover improv or discover sort of like the kind of people who do improv are quite curious and interested in, and it's a brave thing. We're all going through a brave act together, so we're kind of bonding through that as well. So it's a really, I think if you struggle with perfectionism, you struggle with judging yourself a lot. Like, when you have a conversation and you come away and you're like, oh, I'm such an idiot. Like, why did I say that? And you sort of are constantly kind of having that little voice.
Yes.
I think improv is so good to like work through that
Yeah.
and find the fun and start to hear that, like that voice starts to get quieter and quieter because a lot of who we are sort of getting stuff wrong all the time. We're just being human, and it's kind of saying, hey, like it's good to be me. Like I get to be me in this body in this
Yeah.
time. What fun might happen
Yeah.
versus like judging yourself at every step of the way.
Yeah.
So I think improv does something to your brain.
I think every woman turning 40 should start doing improv.
100%.
Because we're all far too hard on ourselves.
100%.
So it should be on prescription.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not ready for HRT, it's improv. And then eventually come back to me when you need the hormones.
Yeah. Or a combination of the two.
Combination, yeah.
You
But
do. You need it. You need to
Yeah.
stop it. You need to start being kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is. It's like you say that being in a scene with a partner and looking after other people. And do you ever have someone reflect back to you about you say something mean about yourself, and they're like, you would never say that about someone else. Or, you would never say that to your friend or your sister. In fact, you would kill someone that did. But somehow you think it's okay to say it about yourself. So you're in person, you're like, no, you wouldn't be hard on that person because they flubbed something or they dropped the scene or something. So don't do it to yourself.
Yes.
Kindness, self-compassion.
Yes.
Yeah. This definitely has alcohol in it. I'm sorry.
This is what I thought
offense to
before.
sponsors, but like,
isn't there something about this? You
it
kind of get
placebo
tricked into
or
thinking it is
something?
like
Yeah,
there is a wee bit of.
Now, yeah.
We're all relaxed. I'm going to say some things I regret. Excellent.
Oh dear.
Well, we're going to play a game to help us get to know each other and bond. And this is, I don't have a name. I don't know.
That's the new, like, what does he call it? Like, segue.
This is on my new segue.
We're going to play games. Yeah.
I don't know what to call this game. I think it's just Scundered for you. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you both a topic, and I want you both to give me an embarrassing incident, somehow related to that, and I will decide whose is more embarrassing.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to start with wardrobe malfunction. Who would like to offer an embarrassing story about that?
Mine is quite recent.
Oh, good.
So it'd be,
Yes.
helpful for me to get
Get it
to
out.
process
We're here
it.
for you.
Well, it was a changing room incident, which, as we know, are sometimes unfriendly places at the best of times. I'd love to know where they get the engineering degree in ugly lighting for a woman. Is it a special course to be added on? It's like, that fluorescent is bad, but I bet we can make it just a bit worse. And I was in one of the high street shops, which I won't name because I ended up damaging the garment. So there are very few of the larger shops which I am drunk, stock the larger sizes in store. So a lot of they have them, like they go up to 24, 26, which is great, but they'll go up to an 18 in store. So I, of course, was looking for a slightly larger size than that. Went into this very large high street store. Sure, I'll say it. It's Marks and Spencer's.
Oh, right.
And,
They're fine.
They'll
recover.
They have the I think, the profit line is probably not affected. And there was a beautiful dress and I'd really wanted to try it. And here I was in store and I'd been paid. And I was like, I can actually buy this if I want it.
Yeah.
Just better try it on though, because it's kind of tucked in a little bit at the waist. And apparently that's going to give me a lovely, I'll just see. Went into the changing room. Did the classic thing of managed to get the dress on over my head.
Right.
Knew even as I was pulling it down.
You can tell.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Just under no circumstances.
You sort of know when an arm goes in, you're like, this isn't going to fit, but let's keep going.
There wasn't a bulge that wasn't heightened and made more visible. It was kind of pulling down at the back, but not all the way. And I got about halfway down. And you just get so discouraged. And you sort of felt that look at yourself in the mirror. You're like, oh, bollocks. All right. So then, of course, I tried to take it off again.
Oh, no.
And I got it to about here. So you're in the dress, you're cocooned, you're mummified in this stupid polyester tomb. It's up over my head. That's as far as it's going.
Yeah.
It's not coming any
Oh,
further.
no.
And then I just really began to panic. And I started I realised afterwards I was like spinning. Do you ever see a dog lose their mind and start chasing their own tail? I was in the change room. I think I was careening off the walls at one point. I heard a clatter that was hangers in the next cubicle fall onto the ground. And I was like, are you all right? I was like, yes. Well, I was literally spinning around. And then I had to stop and go, okay. And I was purple in the face.
Oh,
Genuinely
God.
started to panic.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it off. Didn't know how to pull it back down again. Wasn't. And then I realised the mistake I was making was I was trying to preserve the sanctity of the dress.
Yes.
So I just had to go
It's too
full
late for you, I'm
Incredible
afraid.
Hulk and just be like, "Rah!" And I burst out of it. I could hear the zip going, yanked it over my head, threw it onto the ground like it had tried to hurt me. I had to sit down for a second. It was like a near-death experience.
so traumatic,
It was
though.
really bad. So then, of course, I put it back in the hanger and I got dressed and everything. And I was like, well, this is
I'm not going
society's
to take
fault.
this.
No. I'm so sorry. This is the patriarchy at work. I've been wounded by this department store. Screw you and your dress. And it was probably made by children who weren't paid properly anyway. Yeah. Went back out and just very quietly, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's not my colour. Thank you.
Out, yeah. It wasn't the better fit for 2 days. It's just like, maybe nice clothes are just not for me. Maybe it's not. You know?
No, I've been in that situation.
Yes.
The difference is I probably would have bought that. I probably would have been like putting it on the hanger with the arm falling off, being like, one dress, please. I'll just take it home and never wear it.
This is the one I wanted.
Yes, yeah.
That's exactly how I intended.
I've tweaked it slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I can feel.
but yeah.
I can feel, like when you get trapped
Yes,
in a dress.
it's full on panic.
Top, you do feel like,
Yeah.
you know.
Premature burial or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure those women have seen it all, though. The amount of times they've probably had to pull somebody out
Yes,
of a
there should
dress,
be a
cut them out.
imagine.
Yeah, there should be.
Imagine. I mean, if those women's job is to measure the bras of Belfast, there's nothing that can shock them. Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Hey, I am going on tour with my new show, Nice Lady, and tickets are available now. So I will be in Edinburgh, Belfast at the Lyric Theatre, Armagh, Manchester, Lisburn and Derry. Tickets are available now on my website, teresalivingstone.com. I remember going to get measured for a bra when I was at uni, and my sister was with me. She was over visiting me, and for some reason she was all into, you should get measured for a bra. Everyone's wearing the wrong size of a bra. You should get, and I was like, all right, they're not that big. Like, it doesn't really matter, but okay, fine. And she was teasing me, saying, they probably don't do a small enough size, that sort of
Lovely.
that sort of sisterly banter, right?
Yeah.
And but I went in, and the woman, she was waiting outside the changing room, and the woman was like, I'll be in a minute to measure you. And I went, great. So she went in, and my sister just heard her going, you need to take your jumper off. And I was like, all right, you can't just do it on site. So I took my jumper off, and as I did that, I snapped this little bracelet that I had, and all the beads fell out. But I started to go, oh no, like screaming, like, oh no, right? So my sister was outside going, how small are they? Really just a way to get her a vest and be like, stick out on you, keep yourself warm.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, that was a intrusive thought that came back to me. But
your return.
changing rooms,
Yeah.
horrendous. Janey, any wardrobe malfunctions or of the like?
I'll always say my entire 20s, pretty much. I don't think I ever felt like I wore what I wanted to wear
Yes.
till I was more in my 30s. I started to realise I could choose.
Yeah.
So I feel like I look at photos and I kind of go,
Oh, who were you?
Yeah.
bless you.
Like, what sort of things were you wearing in your 20s?
Think about
Boob tubes.
before you could wear trainers
On a night out.
on any
Yeah.
trainers, going to work in trainers or
Yeah.
going to any occasions in trainers was just not a thing.
Yeah.
And so I always felt like I had to buy these shoes. I never, ugh.
Yeah.
And I remember, so my graduation photo, I've got these weird open toe sliders, like black slider. I look at them and just like,
No.
did I want to wear those?
Yeah.
Did I just buy them because that's whatever.
Well, you're very, very influenced, aren't you, by just what everybody else is wearing, or what what you feel like you're supposed to wear. You're like, oh, I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, my 20s were confused. I think the first time I went to a wedding, I would have preconceived notions of things like, oh, this is what people wear to work. When you have your first job,
Yeah.
you need to be. So I turned up for my first job, which was as a teacher, on the, they have inset days for teachers before the kids come back.
Inception days. Yeah.
Inception days. So those are the days where there's no kids in, everyone's sitting there in their jeans and t-shirts just tidying up their classroom, and I walked in a full suit,
Right.
and everyone was just like, come on now. Bless her.
You're new.
But then I went to a wedding for the first time, and I wore that same suit to that wedding.
Nice.
And I was like, I just don't know what adults wear.
Yeah.
So it was just,
That's
I
how
was
I
like
felt,
a
yeah.
businesswoman
Yeah.
in a business suit,
Yeah.
wherever, like first smear test, hello, in businesswoman suit.
I guess the business suit needs to come out.
Guess it comes out again.
'Cause I've got some business to do.
First funeral,
Yeah.
business. I've got some business to attend.
God, she had a very formal cervix now.
I am a bit. I used to do material about that, about how much planning and prep went into going for a smear test. It'd be like, it got ridiculous, like laying out your favourite underwear,
Yeah.
Don't
getting a fake
care
tan.
anymore.
I know. Get photos taken on the
As long as
front
they give
step.
me a lollipop at the end, I don't mind. For my mouth.
Well, I'm going to, if I have to judge between the two there, I think we've all experienced yours, Janey,
Yeah.
but I think yours is more
think so.
visceral and
I think
panicky.
very
So you've
much
won that
so.
one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Second.
Sweet victory.
Yay! There's a wonderful prize at the end of this. Oh, yeah. Hi, sorry to interrupt. If you're enjoying this episode, do me a huge favour and hit like and subscribe. It all really helps. If you're watching it on YouTube, if you're listening to it on Apple, Spotify, wherever it is, follow me and stay with me for the crack. Second category is swimming pool
Oh God, Janey, you can go first this time, I think.
Well,
or swimming or water or...
yeah. So we all as kids went to the baths on the what do you call them? The Shore Road,
The Grove.
the Grove, and I feel like somehow I have to fit my sisters in because like they have told me I have to talk about them.
Okay. How many sisters do you
They-
have?
I have 3 sisters and 3 brothers.
Wow.
So Catherine, Helen, Claire, there you go. It's nothing to do with the swimming story.
Your
No,
sponsors have been.
but
Yes.
no, we all went to swimming lessons and we all went along and with all of our friends. So we were sort of all
Yeah.
same age and went along to the swimming baths and went to the lessons, but never participated, like just messed around.
Yeah, just went
jumped
for a
out-
bath.
Just went to the showers to get warm because it was always cold. You'd like run out to the showers.
Because you're not
like,
swimming.
yeah, exactly. Just standing there. So then we got all went to the gala, the swimming gala, and we were put into competition. And I think, I don't know now, do people, like all my nieces and
that?
nephews just like quit swimming. Once they've learned to swim, you just quit.
Yeah.
But we kept going to swimming. I don't know why. So we had a
I think your
swimming
parents just
gala.
wanted you out of the house.
They just
we need a bit of space.
Exactly, Teresa. I mean, yeah, all of those 7 children.
all the
what are we going to do? Yeah.
Go.
Oh my
We're
goodness.
cleaning the good room. Get out.
Yeah, exactly. So down in they had the massive pool with
Yeah.
the raised seating,
It's like it's like a properly deep, big,
championship
like
races,
yeah.
so properly deep.
Like a Roman arena. Or
It was, yeah. And we're all coming
Lions.
along like absolute idiots, no clue, and but just a little bit delusional. It's just the right amount of delusional, and thinking, but maybe today's the day, you know. So I feel like
practiced and stuff, and
no, nothing. Nothing. It's the same with
We were good at
Irish
getting wet.
dancing. My sisters and I were the same with Irish dancing. We were the same with like just anything. It was like you never practice, never. Mum's screaming at us through. You're like, go on, practice. You know, never doing any of that, and then turning up in the day and going, I think I might win a medal.
Yeah. Very similar experience here. Yeah.
So I remember getting ready for the race, jumping into the pool to race, and heads down and doing my forward crawl, swimming away, thinking, I think I'm going pretty fast. I think I'm actually going really fast here. I might actually win a medal. So get to the end, like, oh, I go so fast and get to the
I
end.
love the little doggy paddle.
I don't know why I'm doing it. It's because I'm an improviser. Yeah.
I love it.
Just in case you can't imagine swimming.
Yes.
So we get to the end, and I lift my head. I remember and there was just seas of people, and I look around the pool, and there was nobody there. They had all already finished. Everybody's out getting dressed.
Having some
I'm
chips.
like,
They were like, God love her. Look.
Do you know what I just pictured? Do you remember that guy who did the Olympics like a couple of Olympics ago, and he qualified from this really small country?
yeah.
And
that
then
was
he
me.
just swam by himself, and everyone was like, "Yay!" Oh, Jenny, that's so cute.
I think, I don't even think
like,
anybody
climb out
noticed
and-
because I think it really was so much.
They were
the
they
end.
starting to put the
Then
cover back on the pool,
everybody's
just
like,
like
yeah.
The lights have been switched off.
find yourself being swept out by a net, just like. Oh, God love you. I know. I totally empathise with that sense of like, but I might win here. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good, and I don't really need to practice because I did Irish dancing as well.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Never practiced. Was
Yeah.
sent. I think also
Do you remember who you went to?
Brendan Gillen
Okay.
on the Ravenhill Road. You can tell where I live. Either the Ravenhill Road or the Ormer Road. And never practiced, never did anything. But I was quite tall. So if they needed
Okay.
like there weren't enough boys doing Irish dancing. So
Yes.
if you were in pairs and doing the boy role, that was usually me.
Fantastic for your self-esteem.
It was great. Yes, I felt very attractive.
Yeah.
And we went to like the All Ireland finals at one point, and I wasn't, not because of me, because they needed a boy. I was
So you didn't even get to have the ringlets.
No, this is the other thing. So whenever, like, we did have our Irish dancing outfits and everything. When I look back on, like, compared to now, the glam that goes into Irish dancing, the wigs, the hair, the everything. Oh my God, I look like a middle-aged man in a dress.
But those were simpler times, and
They
I
were
think
simpler
they
times.
were, you know, we
Just
were
the
sort of-
dress.
we went to Patricia Mulholland in North Belfast, and she was very anti all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it was all sort of homemade costumes, and
Yeah.
you know, and like,
Yeah.
and my hair just is like this, but the girls all talk about the their hair getting put in ring,
The
you know,
rag things
the
and
rags,
everything.
all
Yeah,
of that,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I would have done that. I would have gone to sleep with like the
Yeah.
Like bits of tights and things.
Yeah.
like
Yes.
that around your head,
And it that's what I mean. I looked insane. Like I just like my hair was all like stood on end. And because those outfits were quite expensive, my mum had bought me one maybe when I was about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not buying you another one. So I just like shot up. I was walking around like sort of hooker Irish dancer. Just my arse hanging out the back.
The whole thing just came away with Velcro or something like, yeah.
But it was way too short. I had just grown out of it. And I think that was the last year. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's so embarrassing. And then I think it was maybe like a year later, Riverdance happened. And it suddenly became semi-cool to be an Irish dancer.
yeah.
Well, not, is it? I don't know.
No. None of those girls were tall though. All of those, like I've met river dancers and they're all like tiny doll creatures from a different, I mean, I stood beside them one time and it was just like, we're different species, really, aren't we?
Welcome to our planet.
I could have picked her up and put her on my shoulders. You know, that kind of way.
Yeah. No, they're teeny
Beautiful,
tiny.
incredibly skilled,
Because
amazingly
otherwise-
talented.
Otherwise, we would have been gold medalists. Of
course,
it was just a height thing.
It was the height.
Yeah,
I
could
wasn't
have been
wearing the
amazing
right
if I
dress.
tried or ever done it.
Yeah, not no fake tan on. That's why I lost.
There is a photo of us all because we moved house. We left North Belfast, and my mum wanted us all in our Irish dancing costumes before we left. So there's a photo of us all in the back garden, and the boys.
All of you, the
included,
boys as well.
Everybody.
You're like the Von Traps.
And we are a little bit, and but we were really peed off about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were like, this is ridiculous. This is so stupid.
Yeah.
We don't want to do this. So the photo is just all of us, just like.
Yeah.
Like,
Raging.
really flipping
Raging.
angry.
Yeah.
With our feet were
All
toe
beautifully
pointed
turned
you know what I
out,
mean?
yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's not up on the wall, that one.
Oh,
Just imagine your room, Rami. Can we not just have one nice photo?
just one nice thing.
And she, you know, she sewed and she always made sure we were so well turned out. And you sort of think, gosh, what a nightmare we were
At the
like,
time,
as
yeah, 'cause your kids
teenagers,
just like,
being idiots.
yeah, of course. What about swimming for you, Liz? What does that bring up in this therapy? In this therapy session?
Well, I sort of do material about this, but it is based on reality that I entered a phase of my life about 10 years ago where every single woman in my friendship group suddenly became evangelical about sea swimming. Every single, they'd lock eyes with you, and it was just like,
But you really should try
you
it.
really should.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know. You just
Seriously,
the feel of the ocean and and I'm like, is it not very cold? Yeah. So I think is it like just repeated near death experiences, and also you're talking about Helen's Bay. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, this is lovely, just batting a turd out of your way, you know, delightful. So I said I would try it. I said, look, I don't want to be one of those people that just assumes I'll hate something. I'll try it. Now, I don't even like going swimming anyway. The whole ordeal of getting in a swimsuit. But I said, come on, it's with friends. It's all women, different shapes and sizes, doesn't matter. So we went out to Brompton, I think it's called, which is very salubrious. And there's a lovely little kind of promontory, and you can walk out, and then there's a little sort of platform area where you can put your stuff. And then there's even like little steps with a railing to get into the water. And then you can, so it's very civilized. You're not plunging into the water or anything. And of course, Nob here had forgotten the crucial thing, which is to have your swimsuit on already under your clothes.
This is real childhood trauma.
Honestly, I was literally just like, how am I, a 40-something woman, having this experience again?
Pants around your ankles.
Trying desperately to get and keep the top and then pull it up and then I was like,
God.
how long has it been since I wore this swimsuit? So just me, or is the elastic maybe not great?
Oh no.
Not great, you know. Got it on eventually. Meanwhile, all my friends are out and they're splashing around and they've been through the hideous bit, which is getting into the water the first time.
Yeah.
They're like, come on, it'll be great. Strangers have arrived. More people are. This is like an anxiety dream is happening. So
You're back in the changing room.
People could see me. Okay, it'll be fine. Just get in the water. The water conceals all. And I took one step in and I was like, oh, that is really quite cold. And then none of me is covered at this point, but I'm still in the swimsuit.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely freezing. I'm pink in the face. 3 steps down, 4 steps down, 5 steps down. So it's kind of coming up to my knees. I'm like, this is fucking freezing. This is so, no one told me it was this cold. And like, it's the summer, come on.
Oh my
like,
God.
Come on. And then I think, I'd really like to think they thought they were being encouraging.
Oh, no.
2 of them started going, Liz, which meant everyone looked around. I was just like, are you my friends?
Oh,
or
God.
is this an elaborate 20-year revenge plot for something that I did to you one time? I got a few more steps down, and then what happens to me is I get this stubborn streak, and instead of the stubborn streak being in a good way of, come on, just plunge in, get on with it, just come, it won't be that bad, grit your teeth. My stubborn streak goes, I'm going home.
You're
Not
just
doing this. I
just
don't
right.
like it. It's cold. I don't like. So I was up to my waist. I'm, this is free. I don't like it at all. The water has got something slimy under my foot. I really hope it was seaweed. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I just went, no, I've gone in enough now. I don't like it. And I turned around. You can imagine the lack of dignity. Nip, up the steps. And my friends were like, Liz. Oh.
But you know what, Liz? That's when I would have started cheering for you. Do you know how many people
wish.
wouldn't do that? They just go, I'm stuck now. I have to do it. That's power to be able to be like, do you know what? Nobody needs to be doing this. And I'm an adult and I'm going home.
Didn't feel powerful, but yeah. And then I was just like, no, you just have a great time.
It is evangelical, like you say. People who like it, it's a wee bit like improv. I think
It
once you,
is.
if you discover something like that and you like it, you're like, everyone needs to do this. Everyone, you don't understand until you've experienced it.
Unless I've done improv wrong, though, no one has ever made me strip down and be freezing. So far, I mean, maybe
No,
you
that
can tell me.
doesn't happen,
No, but
in
in sea
my-
swimming,
yeah.
they're all like,
Yes, I suppose it is very good. I've never done it. I don't want to.
You've
But,
never done.
cold sea. No, not as an adult. I've been put into the sea before.
Yeah, I feel like
as a child, yes.
we've given it a whole brand, haven't we? You call it cold water swimming, and it's like just going in the sea.
Sea.
You know, when it's cold, which is all the time.
Which is yes. Have you ever been to
So-
Donegal in the summer?
Ireland,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no.
it's,
Yeah.
it's
I
with,
jumped
with
into the sea in Croatia and I
Yeah.
absolutely loved it because
Yeah.
the water is like a tepid bath.
Yes.
But this
Yes.
is not like a tepid bath.
No.
No.
I because I used to swim. We went to swimming lessons when we were kids. We used to swim all the time, and then I just stopped. And I think it was because of the trauma of changing rooms and getting in and out of pools.
And
And then-
verrucas.
I know.
yeah, Burka socks.
And I think about 2 years ago, I sort of was like, I want to find an exercise that I really enjoy. So I was like, I used to do swimming. I'm gonna I'm gonna start swimming again. But I didn't really think I was proficient. I could survive in a pool, but I wanted to know how to swim properly.
Yeah,
So that I was doing it right.
Like I do.
Like you do at your
Yeah,
galas,
yeah.
with the little doggy paddle. So I went for adult swimming lessons, right?
Oh.
And there was like, I thought it was sort of like a 1-to-1 situation, but actually you were in a little group and you were all in. It was actually in Methody, in the swimming pools.
Okay.
So it's like a private company did evening classes in there. They've since closed down. But anyway, I went along and you actually ended up, your group were all in the same swimming lane. So it was really like somebody was making money, right? You were being charged for your swimming lesson, but you all got into the same swimming lane and all sort of swam up and down behind each other.
me.
Yeah, it's really weird. But anyway, so I already felt a wee bit awkward about doing it and being in a new environment and everything. This is my embarrassing story about swimming, by the way. So first of all, I hadn't quite planned. I'd forgotten the night it was starting was the night, and I hadn't hooked out my swimming costume. The only swimming costume I had was one I'd bought for going to the spa with my sisters, and it had like sequins and everything on it. And I was like, that'll do. So I put it on, and when I got there, I was like, I feel like someone's auntie, like who's got like her pina colada and her clam and everything. I was like, hello, here I am. Everybody watch out. Here's Auntie Teresa. And so got into the pool, and our instructor came out, and he was like about 20, 21. He was really young, really like a proper swimmer. And it was me and like 3 other elderly ladies, and we were all like, oh, look at that young man. Well, this is embarrassing. Can I have the old lady teaching us, please? So he came in, he had like tattoos, he had a little, he was, anyway, so we all felt a wee bit sort of shy and whatever, but we got on with it and pinched his cheek a few times and we just started swimming.
On his face?
And right. So
Is this a
I
reporting
couldn't,
thing? No.
I couldn't stop acting like an elderly aunt. It's just everything I was doing was just, I felt really out of sorts. So did the swimming lesson for the first time and then left and went back to my car. And when I'd parked my car, there was nobody on either side when I'd gone in. But when I came out, there were 2 cars on either side and you couldn't open my door. So I was in the dark, sort of like trying to get the door open, managed to squeeze in on the passenger side and put my right leg in first over to the driver's seat, right? And I was wet hair, wearing Ugg boots, put my right foot up on the dashboard of the passenger of this driver's side and then fed my body through the side and brought my left leg over and got it stuck on the other side of the steering wheel on the dashboard, right? Now, I couldn't do this if I tried, but this is how I was sitting. So I looked like I had my legs in stirrups and my wet hair matted to my face. And when I tried to move, I turned the car on and the lights and everything and beeped the horn. And in the lights was the young, fit teacher. And I looked like I was presenting to him and beeping the car going, what do you think of that? What do you think of this? Ta-da! See you next week. So I went home and I was a bit like, I've paid for 5 lessons, but I don't think I can go back. No. I did go back. I did go back. I wore a swimming hat and thought nobody will know who I am.
And no sequence.
The police kept a watchful eye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was just the absolute shape of me, just like, hello.
Akimbo is how you always want to be seen, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so swimming pools, I'm actually going to go with Janey's because I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So
it's a childhood trauma, I think. That feels like something that stayed.
It's a little underdog story where the underdog never quite wins.
But I just loved your belief or that feeling that I always have is like, I might win this. Or someone's going to ask me to get up on stage in a minute.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's my time.
Yes.
I relate.
I went to see Tori Amos a few weeks ago and I was getting dressed for it and I was going to Fraser, I think I'm dressing like she's going to come out and go, my hand hurts. Does anyone here know how to play leather? I'm like, yes, I do.
Step in.
Here I come. Right, last one very quickly is dinner. Anybody have an embarrassing story about dinner, food, eating, restaurants?
I mean, multiple. I mean, we've all had the fancy dinner thing where you're slightly unsure of the cutlery, but
like
my
Jack
embarrassing story has real jeopardy.
Oh.
It was embarrassing, but also a real jeopardy.
Leaning in.
So in my former life, I used to work for one of our national broadcasters. I'm probably not able to say the name. They had 3 letters in their name.
Well, who could it be?
I mean, they used to have a bit of a nonce problem.
Okay.
This isn't narrowing it down for anyone. Sorry. Let's just say a national broadcaster, everything's fine now. And I worked in current affairs and we were trying to do a documentary about some of the political situation in the Middle East.
Okay.
Because that's all been sorted now. I know it's hard to remember. But back then, it was a
dicey
live
for a
current
while.
conflict. Yeah. So me and the producer and our fixer, they were called, were in Beirut, believe it or not, which was, my eyes were out of stalks the whole time. I was like, I'm in Beirut.
Yeah.
Like a reporter would be. But really, I was there to carry things.
Were you wearing the press flak jacket everywhere you went?
No, not quite as good as that. And also I kept being warned that like some of the people we were meeting were very strict Muslims and they wouldn't be shaking my hand.
Right, okay.
So I didn't have to cover my head or anything for the meetings we were having, but they probably wouldn't shake my hand. There would be kind of a bow.
Right.
Now, the gentleman that we were going to meet, first of all, he was very nice, very kind. And he was a contact in one of the groups that would have been a bit of a coup for us to get to film with. So first we met him and it was all just very casual. And then he was like, we must sit down and eat together. And our fixer said, right, this is the next step now. We're going to sit down and have a meal together and there'll be other people there and don't try and talk about anything business and don't just have the meal and get to know them. And that'll be kind of like a breaking of bread thing. And then after that, we'll have a discussion about what actually happens next. It was like,
Okay.
grand. So we go to this second location and we're driven there. It's all very kind of high stakes. We walk into the restaurant and we're the only people there.
Yeah.
So it's us and the group that we're meeting and that's it. The restaurant is empty apart from that. And there were 2 gentlemen standing by the door to guard the whole situation, very heavily armed.
Yeah.
Very heavily armed. And nothing threatening about it. There was no kind of hostage vibes. I think it was just like, for this person's security, these guys are with him all the time. So we sit down and we're having, and it's beautiful, big, like kind of mezze type
lovely.
food. And I love all that kind of food. And I'm sitting there, we're eating. And
I wouldn't have noticed the guns. I would have been like, oh, hummus.
I know, the hummus looks gorgeous. And really our job is to kind of just be very pleasant and smile and chat. And we were talking about Ireland, and we were talking about family, and they all had family. And it was like a family dinner.
Yeah.
And I picked up this vine leaf looking thing and I took a big bite out of it. And when I tell you I went into a cold sweat, I don't know what it was. I think it might have been like mutton or goat or something.
Oh, no.
It was the most incredibly strongly gamey flavoured thing I had ever eaten in my life.
Yeah.
I was holding it in my mouth. I put the thing down and I literally went cold sweat of nausea all over my body.
Oh, God.
The back of my neck was prickling. I didn't know whether could I spit it out?
I'm sure that wouldn't be
if I
seen as
swallowed
disrespectful.
it, would I be sick?
Oh my God.
And I managed eventually to swallow it, and I just had to sit there. And I genuinely thought, I am going to be sick at this table.
Yeah.
So whatever it is in it, and if I get up to run to the bathroom, one of these lads with the gun is not going to be happy. And I was the only woman there as well. I was the only woman present whatsoever. And there was kind of part of me going, don't do it, don't do it. So I just sat there for ages hoping it would kind of ebb and then beginning to take small sips of water and small sips of water. My two colleagues that I was with noticed not at all.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
The nice man that we were there, the senior representative of this organisation, he noticed. He just leaned over and lifted my plate away and put it to one side and then handed me a little bowl of this kind of plain couscous. And he was like, try that instead.
Right.
And I was able to kind of take some mouthfuls of that and it kind of settled the whole thing. So after about 10 minutes, I felt okay again. But there was about 5 minutes there where I genuinely thought, I'm going to vomit on this Hamas leader. Or get shot.
Yes.
By one of his security guards. That's actually going to happen to me. I'll never forget it in my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I
That was embarrassing / terrifying.
Well, how embarrassing, you nearly died.
Really embarrassed,
I can't just see, like, if you do a sudden bolt to they're like, get her.
Yeah. And what I hate most about that story when I tell it is that I sound like one of those, their food's very strong, it's very exotic, it's a bit spicy for me to watch. Genuinely, I am an adventurous eater, but whatever this was, my body was just going, no.
Absolutely not.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat there listening.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like you're a spy.
Yeah, I'd obviously be shit at that. I could just tell. It's like, well, she got killed because she vomited.
She vomited. Yeah. She just went, sorry, I'm a spy. Is there a toilet round here?
I go into Boke. Can you hold on there for a second?
Any embarrassing food stories, Janey?
Well, I guess sort of jeopardy in this one as well. Is eating chicken on a stick in Thailand.
Right.
And
like
then
street food type?
Street food. So I had gone down, I think, the Koh San Road, the main street.
All the hostels and
exactly.
businesses and all are, yeah.
And we had a flight maybe the next day to Singapore and then a flight the next day after that to Melbourne. So I went down the Koh San Road, saw this little old lady with a moped, and on the back of the moped was a grill. So that's a great place to get chicken.
Totally.
5-star rating on the whole
Michelin.
health.
Absolutely. Chicken on a long stick. I'll have a go.
I bet it smelled amazing.
I bet it did, yeah, with the gasoline as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yum.
This, you have a sort of sense, maybe it's not a good idea. There's something in yours somewhere at the back, but it's
But
food.
you quieten that down.
Yeah.
Quiet it down. 'Cause
Delicious.
It's food. Yum. Let's eat. So then I remember getting as far as Singapore and starting to get really violently ill.
Uh-oh.
So I was really violently ill, sweat through my sheets, like just awful, the worst.
Yeah.
We couldn't repeat any of it here. It's so grim. And then, so I was with one of my sisters and we had been planning to go to Melbourne. So we got on the flight and as we're flying across to Melbourne, it's a good few hours. They're playing Fast Food Nation on that was the film at the moment of the moment. So that film, if you don't know, it's like this guy just eats as much McDonald's as he can.
Oh yeah.
For like, I don't know,
Makes
30
himself
days or
sick.
something,
Yeah.
just to see what happens. So lots of people are watching this film around me, and I'm just like getting worse.
Oh, Jesus.
And worse, and thinking like I can't eat. And then we get to Melbourne, and we go into this hostel, And I'm just lying in this bunk bed.
God.
And all these people are coming and going, you know, like big hostel room.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to just drift away and think,
I'll just die here.
I,
Happy to have it happen.
Because
Yeah.
it would be better than this.
So, I was so, by this point, emptied,
Oh,
dehydrated, probably going a little bit mad.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was, and my sister was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll just sweat it out." And I kept saying that. Like, I'm okay, I'm not going to eat. She's like, "You haven't eaten in a couple of days now, you know." And we're in our 20s. Like,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Were you able to drink water even?
Barely. So like, so my sister, bless her, Helen, she was there, and I was like, "Go and have fun. Just go and have fun. I'll be all right." Like, it was,
Leave me.
yeah, good time.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, "Do you want to come to the bar, Helen, and like get a drink?" And I was like, she was like, "No, I shouldn't leave." And I was like, "Go, please, I insist, go." And then she went down and had a glass of wine, and then came back. She just felt so bad, and then she called my mum, and my mum was like, "Call an ambulance."
Yeah.
Mm.
And the ambulance came and wheeled me out in one of those.
Oh God.
Yeah.
On a gurney.
Yeah. So we're in the ambulance. Helen's like hiccuping. And the ambulance crew are like, "Your sister is very ill." Like looking at her as if to think,
shit.
"You've been boozing.
You went out for a wee
and
night
your
out."
sister is dying in a hostel bed."
Oh my God.
So for Helen, like, and then we get to the emergency ward and they do whatever tests and then they whisk me away to a room. And Helen's told this as well from her point of view. I think it was worse for her in a way, but she arrived into the room and I was gone.
They were like, she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
What do you mean?
God,
She was
Jesus.
absolutely horrified. What has happened? Then finds me in this beautiful ensuite room. Now, if you've been backpacking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
these are the things that you're like,
Bitch.
yeah, I was sick, but look at this room.
Yeah.
It's huge. I thought of myself,
Yeah.
but it was the time of SARS.
Oh, yeah.
So SARS was flying around, like they didn't know what it was, so they had to put me in this
In case
isolation.
it
this
was.
ward away from everybody.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I was pretty ill, but
How long were
thankfully
you in hospital for?
it was about 3 or 4 days.
Oh wow.
God.
Did you have a nice holiday? So glad we spent the money.
I know, but you know, again, I think my personality, I was like, this is going to be a class story.
Yeah.
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 So I was like,
And I've got this lovely bed.
yeah, there's a picture of me like this. I was like, Helen, take a picture.
Yeah.
Because can't we tell everyone? I'm gonna this is gonna be in my next email. Like,
I mean-
to everybody about
Next email. Please see attached photo of me at near death. Send money.
literally.
Jesus.
I think sometimes I feel like I don't have enough stories, so then something like that happens. I'm like, I've got
What a
story
gift.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will use this.
Yeah.
Thank you
No
so
judgment,
much.
But that's also such a 20s story. I have still
Yes.
found it myself where it's just like, you're clearly incredibly ill.
Yeah.
It's been 2 days. And finally it's resolved because she rings your mammy. And it's just like,
Yeah.
like, I know
Yeah.
I would have been the exact same in my 20s, but like, come on now.
I know.
Come on.
I know.
You know?
I know.
I know. There was one point where Helen and I, because we just moved to Melbourne when we were going to stay there for a few months, we were looking for somewhere to live.
Yeah.
So we were walking around. So I was literally like, I can remember sort of walking along.
Still in your hospital gown. Just
It was
Bent over,
before
like-
I got to the before the ambulance had been called. So when I was in the hospital,
Yeah.
Jesus
we'd
Christ.
go out and look for somewhere. And I remember just walking up the street and like, where's the next lamppost? Oh, okay, there we go.
We'll be fine. I love that you are being. I think this is very Irish woman of you. Just be like, I'll be fine. I just
It
need to
was
sweat
so-
it out.
yeah.
I just need to pull myself
Just
together.
offer it up to the Lord. It's okay.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
So
Well, we have run out of time, but I will now make my final judgment. You've really traumatized me with your story, but nobody had a gun to your head, so I'm giving. I think that round was won by Liz, and therefore, Liz, you are the winner of Scundered for you. Now, my prize, which I've tried to give before, and the person who gave it to went, thanks, no, I'll just leave it here.
I'm
is-
amazed, like, that's
Well,
not a
you're really
bottle.
selling
It is a signed photo of my Peace song from 1993.
Oh my God.
So this is me in a Dorothy Perkins crushed velvet hat on the Shankill Road.
Oh my God.
And it says, it's signed Teresa Livingstone, 14 and a half years.
Oh my God, I'm so honoured.
And there's a green hue for some reason.
I'm
Well,
so
that is yours.
honoured. Oh my God.
I'm really bummed.
Really
bummed.
Oh,
Sorry, Janey.
what's weird is I
Seriously.
think I had that exact outfit.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
That is gorgeous. Thank you so much.
You're very
Amazing
welcome.
What you did for peace, though, Teresa. When you look
Well,
back.
it's
Only for you.
I've been written out of
Right?
the history books,
I mean,
but
typical. They all do
lot
that
of
to
women
women,
have.
don't they? Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
one of them.
Are you holding a candle?
I am indeed.
Is that a lit piece?
That's
candle?
a lit candle with my polyester gloves around it.
I mean, it's the opening 5 minutes of an episode to Casualty. First of all, it's just like woof.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
So
I
there
love
you
it.
are. You're
Thank
very
you
welcome.
So
Well done,
much. I
Liz.
can feel the peace.
Thank you. It was my first pop song. Thank you both so much for coming and sharing your embarrassing stories. And
Thank you for
go
having
and see some improv. Go and see Janey's group do improv. What's the name of your team, Janey?
I will say. I'll say
Are you
the
in a couple of different-
cage match, comedy cage match
At the Commons.
I'm actually. This is probably not. I don't know when this is going out. I am doing the show on Sunday night at
I won't be out before then.
Labrays. So yeah, sorry.
Just look her up and find out where she is. And no, we'll keep it in.
okay.
And if we're keeping in my lipstick on my teeth, we're keeping all of that in.
Yeah.
And Liz, you're gigging?
I'm gigging at the moment. I MC at the Spaniard, Crack the Gong Comedy Club on the
you?
2nd and 4th Tuesdays every month.
I missed that. I didn't know you were emceeing that. That's great.
There you go. And and I pop up on other gigs all the time. So you can give us a follow.
Yes.
Liz Byrne Comedy. That
Liz
is my
Byrne
actual
comedy,
name.
not
Not the
Liz
town.
Byrne, not the town. We've been through this before.
We've done
Yes, thank
this,
you.
Yeah, I'm trying to set it aside.
We don't mention it. Go and see these lovely, funny women. Come and see me with my new show, Nice Lady, which I will be performing from the end of August in various places, including the Lyric in Belfast. So please buy tickets. Thank you. Lovely to see you there. And thank
There'll
you
be
again.
no cold water swimming.
No, there won't be. It's not mandatory. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.